1985, February 5th. On a small island called Madeira, a beautiful but very simple place near Portugal, a baby boy is born. His parents name him Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. Long name, right? His family is not rich, not even close. His father, José, works as a gardener for the local government. His mother, Maria, cleans houses and cooks for other families. They have 4 children, and they all live together in one tiny house so small that the roof was made of tin. When it rained, Cristiano could hear every single raindrop. But here's the thing about Cristiano. Even as a very young child, he was different. He was always running, always kicking something, always competing. Even as a small boy, he had this fire inside him, this energy, this need to be the best. His friends noticed it, his teachers noticed it, even his family knew this boy has something special. But special talent is not enough. Life was about to test young Cristiano in ways he never expected. Chapter 2. The Boy Who Lived for Football. From the very beginning, football was everything to Cristiano. He played before school, he played after school, he played in the streets, in the fields, anywhere there was space. When he was just 8 years old, he joined his first local club, Andorinha, a small club, but for Cristiano, it felt like the whole world. He played with complete dedication. He never missed training. He pushed himself harder than every other boy. His coach at the time said, and I want you to really hear this, he cried when he lost, even in practice games. He wanted to win so badly that losing felt like pain. That is who Cristiano was, even at 8 years old. By the time he was 12 years old, he was so good that a bigger club came for him. Sporting CP, one of the top clubs in Portugal, invited him to join their youth academy in Lisbon. Now, Lisbon is not close to Madeira. It is far, very far. To go there, Cristiano had to leave his family, his mother, his brothers and sisters, his friends, everything he knew. He was 12 years old, and he was moving to a city alone. Can you imagine that? 12 years old, alone, in a big city, far from home. He cried almost every night at first. He missed his mother deeply. He felt lonely and scared. But he stayed because he knew this was his chance, maybe his only chance. And Cristiano Ronaldo does not walk away from chances. Chapter 3. The Day Everything Almost Stopped. Now, I need to tell you something that most people don't know about Cristiano's story. Something that could have ended everything before it ever began. When Cristiano was 15 years old, he was diagnosed with a heart condition. His heart was beating irregularly, not in the normal rhythm, sometimes too fast, sometimes uncontrolled. The doctors told him, you need surgery on your heart right now. Think about what that means for a young footballer. Your whole dream, everything you have worked for, suddenly at risk because of your own heart. The surgery was done. It was successful, but recovery took time. And during that recovery, while other boys his age were training and playing, Cristiano was lying in a hospital bed. But do you know what he said about that time? It made me realize how much I wanted this, how much football meant to me. I never took training for granted again. He came back, stronger, more focused, more determined than ever before. The heart that almost stopped him became the heart that drove him forward. Chapter 4. The World Notices, Manchester United. At 16 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo makes his professional debut for Sporting CP. And in that one game, just one game, he was so good, so fast, so skillful that Manchester United came calling. Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Their manager at the time, the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson, saw Cristiano play and immediately said, "I have never seen a boy like this. We have to sign him, right now." In 2003, Cristiano Ronaldo, 18 years old, joins Manchester United. He is given the famous number 7 shirt, the same shirt worn by legends like Eric Cantona and David Beckham. But it was not easy at first. English football is very physical, very fast, very different from Portuguese football. Some fans were impatient, some media were critical. They said he was too flashy, too showy, too focused on tricks. But Cristiano kept working, every single day. He stayed late after training. He practiced free kicks alone for hours. He worked on his weaknesses, his heading, his left foot, his finishing. And slowly, very slowly, the world began to see what Sir Alex Ferguson already knew. This boy was not just special, he was going to be extraordinary. In 2008, at just 23 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo wins the UEFA Champions League with Manchester United. He scores goals, he creates chances, he leads the team. And at the end of that season, he wins the Ballon d'Oro, the award given to the best footballer in the entire world. The boy from the tin roof house in Madeira was now the best player on the planet. Chapter 5. Real Madrid, the peak of the mountain. In 2009, something historic happens. Real Madrid, the most famous football club in the world, buys Cristiano Ronaldo for 80 million euros. At that time, the most expensive transfer in football history. 80 million euros. And Cristiano, he didn't just match that price tag, he exceeded it. In his 9 years at Real Madrid, he scored over 450 goals. 450! He won 4 Champions League titles with the club. 4! He won 4 more Ballon d'Oro awards, making his total 5. He broke records that people thought were unbreakable. He scored in El Clásico after El Clásico. He delivered in final after final. When the pressure was highest, Cristiano Ronaldo showed up. He didn't just perform, he performed when it mattered most. But I wouldn't be telling you the full story if I only talked about the goals and the trophies. Because Cristiano Ronaldo's life has had real pain, real loss. His father, Jose, the man who introduced him to football, struggled with alcoholism throughout his life. They never had the close relationship that Cristiano deeply wanted. And in 2005, when Cristiano was just 20 years old, his father passed away. He was gone, before he could see his son become the best in the world, before he could see the trophies, the records, the legacy. And then in 2022, during the World Cup, Cristiano and his partner Georgina lost one of their twin babies shortly after birth. The grief was public. The pain was real. And yet, Cristiano played. He competed. He carried his team.